So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry about the lunch break. I'm so pleased that the film, I shot it in 2008 and it premiered in 2010 and it really traveled the world. Which I'm not saying because I think we did such a great job and it's not out of some narcissistic, we're so good, but because it was really moving also for us to see how the issues tackled in the film help people around the world to communicate. So often after many screenings, people come and tell their stories or give us an impression of what it's like in their country. And so it really nourished us in what a film can do in a way how we communicate and how we communicate politically. So I hope you like it, and it will be a pleasure to answer questions if there should be any after the film. Thank you so much for watching it. It's a very personal film. I made it because I want to make or tell a story about how systems keep people and keep relationships hostage in a way. How hard it is to free yourself out of a system. And there's no real bad or good. There's not the one who does it and the one to whom it is done, but people are victims of systems. That's what I believe in, and I believe the only hand that can reach out is based on love, and it's based on humanity, and it's based on trying to overcome systems that are not healthy. When I started doing the research, I felt that there was a lot of protection for women. There were a lot of shelter houses in Germany. There was a lot of infrastructure at that time. Also because this was a time where, for the first time, after many, many years, in many, many cases, below the media radar, there was one case that actually surfaced, because out of various reasons. Just because it was maybe one too many, or because she was very pretty and the media just liked to put her picture there. It was Hatun Suruci, and it was a very public trial. When I digged a little bit deeper in the situation that women face, and also that psychologists face and that social workers face, back then, in 2006 until 2008 and the years after, it was very frustrating, because these women come and they find some structure, but not enough to often really keep them away from trying to again contact their family or from being open. So it's a vicious circle. And I figured there could be more, there should be more support for families, also for not only the victim, but also for everybody in the families. And I don't think there could ever be enough money allocated to this. There could never be enough structure for this, and we need more. This is just what I believe, because there's not enough. Because if there was enough, those cases would be much more reduced. I talked a lot to people who also were involved in the side of the perpetrator. And I went to jail and I met with young men. Often those situations in families are not outspoken. They're within the system. And I think it's not the point to allocate it to one single person. It's a family, captured in a system. It's a society captured in a system. It's our look at things captured in our systems that do the harm. And I think it's just, are you strong enough? Are you educated enough? Are you liberated enough? Do you have the economic base to decide differently against your system based on the name of humanity, of love, of trying to reach out to one another? Or can you not afford it? Because you lose your face. And that was really something that almost broke my heart in the research period, because I met a lot of very young men. And they tried very hard to say, we have to behave in a certain way to our sisters if they don't behave well. And you could see they were trying really hard to hold up, and you could still feel that this child felt very differently about his sister. But you become what the system makes of you, and you try to function, you try to be a good boy, you try to be a good son. You know, we all try to be good daughters and good sons, and I think it's, you know, it's also very easy to say it's up to the parents to educate differently. Yes, but I always call it the cart house. You know, when you ask somebody who's 60 or 70 to question everything he or she based his life on and say, you have to turn it around because it's just not up to date anymore, it's not how we live, it's not how it should be. It's very hard as a human being to question your entire life and how you lived the way you lived it. It's just some people can do it, not everybody can do it. I ask myself, how as a mother can you maybe know or try not to know or look away? What's the role of the mother in all of those situations? And I was interested very much in educate myself about how does it work psychologically for these women. I believe in catharsis. I think it's where we come from, in a narrative from the old Greeks, and I do believe sometimes it's the most hurtful way to tell a story, but it's also the most efficient way because it really tells you what's at stake. What are we negotiating? We're negotiating future. There was a lot of positive response. I mean, I took the film to Pakistan, which back at that time had the highest rate in honor killings, and I discussed with people involved in crimes, involved in fighting crimes, and it went to 50 something international film festivals. It got awarded 50 awards. But that's not the point. The point is people who tell their stories after you screen the film. So if you have a guy who comes up and says, you know, I would like to discuss my family situation, I would like to share something with you, or you find a daughter from, you know, who tells about her dad, and she comes from a very Catholic family, and she says, you know, he didn't accept that I would get a divorce, but my husband beat me and my children, so I left him, and I still can't call him, and I feel very horrible about it. And it's just a film can actually open hearts. That's really what it gave to me, and what made me, you know, what kept me going into the next film. I don't know if we can change anything. We don't do politics. It's more you guys who do politics in a way. But a film always can ask questions or add a little to a debate, to an ongoing debate, obviously. Because I think it always comes out of a debate. It's part of culture, and it comes from our daily life.
Wenn sie wählen müssen zwischen dir und der Gesellschaft. Sie werden sich nicht für dich entscheiden.